Well, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. So we're going to work on a practice today that will help us to reduce stress and anxiety. So we're going to get comfortable now in a cross-legged position, Sukhasana, so crossing your legs out in front, finding a comfortable seat through your sitting bones, finding the base of your spine, beginning to grow tall through the crown of your head, so lengthening here. Feel nice distance between the shoulders and your ears, relaxing your shoulders. Take a moment now to close your eyes. Closing your eyes here, settling through the feet, through the legs, through the sitting bones and your hips. We're going to encourage a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale fully from your mouth. We'll repeat that a few more times, settling in. Deep breath through your nose. And exhaling from your mouth. Great, now just allow for your shoulders to settle into your back, continuing to lengthen through your spine. Breathing in and out now through your nostrils and just taking a few moments here to settle. Settle through your sitting bones, through your legs and your feet. Relax your shoulders with each exhalation. Nice, smooth, easy breaths. Finding a nice cadence for your breathing. So maybe you'll mentally count your breath on a count of 5 as you draw your breath in. And exhale slowly, utilizing that same count of 5 as you exhale. Find a nice steady rhythm for your breath. And if that count of 5 doesn't work for you, alter it to a count that is easy for you to maintain both in-breath and out-breath. Allow for your body to soften through each exhalation and really begin to feel yourself grounding. Noticing any sensations in the body. Notice subtle movements of the body. Bringing your awareness inward and scanning your body. Noticing. Allowing this time that we're sharing together to be a special time for yourself, where you can settle down, where you can let go of anything that's outside of your practice here. Creating this idea of your mat being a sacred place for you to unravel and let go. When you're ready, I'll ask that you bring your hands together in front of heart in an Anjali Mudra. We're going to gently bow. Take a moment, and you might want to set a simple intention for our practice today. Your intention can be anything at all, something that's heartfelt, mind connected. As you complete your intention, let us just release those hands and relax them into the lap. We'll slowly encourage the eyes to open and close, and we'll begin to gaze down toward the earth, and then we're going to bring our head back into a nice neutral position. You can rest your hands wherever you're ready. We're going to start to bring some ease and relaxation into the neck. So we'll take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, let's just gently take our right ear down to our right shoulder. Find a little space here through the side of your neck. Eyes can remain open or closed. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll simply bring the head back into our neutral position, starting position, and then we'll slowly start to come down onto our left side. So finding a nice release through the neck. And we'll try that one more time on each side. You can move at your own pace, inhaling and slowly exhaling. Inhaling one more time and exhaling. Good. Relax, find ease in your shoulders, and simply bring your gaze back into a nice neutral position. Now we'll try to find a little length through the back of the neck. So let's exhale and draw that chin down into our chest and really ease the shoulders. Find a lot of space in that cervical spine. We'll inhale and we'll bring our gaze back into center. Then slowly start to draw your gaze up, your chin up, extending through the front of your throat. And we'll slowly come back into our neutral position. And now we're just going to take several little rotations of the head. So we'll take an exhale, we'll bring the chin down and toward our chest. And slowly we'll start to guide our chin to the right side, right shoulder, slowly reaching up. And gently rotating to the left and slowly coming back down into that neutral position. We'll take that rotation for one more circle here. So take your time, moving gently. Eyes can remain open or closed. Take a moment as you settle back into center. Bring in a nice deep breath. Exhale and release the shoulders, the arms. Now we'll begin by moving in the opposite direction. So the chin will start to move over to the left shoulder and we'll slowly reach all the way up. And gently circle down toward our chest. We'll create one more rotation here, inhaling up. And exhaling slowly down toward our chest. Taking a moment to take a nice deep breath. And as we exhale, let's bring our gaze back into a neutral position. Great, we're going to begin to extend those arms down. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Maybe you'll take your gaze up to those hands and palms as they meet up top. And if they're not able to meet, that's quite okay. Palms can just face one another. Exhale all the way down. We'll take just 2 more rounds here of breath. Inhaling, stretching long, lifting out of your waist. And let it go. One more here. And let's slowly release, releasing it all the way down, dropping your chin down toward the chest, and then let's bring our gaze back into a neutral position. Let's set those left fingertips down toward the earth, and let's inhale and rise up through that right arm. Inhaling, and as we exhale, gently swaying over to the left side, gentle bend in that left elbow. Inhale, reach it out. Maybe you'll take your gaze down the arm as you turn the head. Inhaling, reaching up. And exhale. Let's just take 2 more rounds. Breathing in. Exhaling it out. And we'll exhale and return that arm back off to the left side, right side. Inhale, let's bring that left arm up now. Reach up, grow up out of the waist. Inhale, and as we exhale, gentle sway over to this right side. Inhale, bringing that gaze back up. Take it all the way down the arm. Good. Inhaling up. And exhale, find a gentle lean. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go for 2 more rounds. And slowly releasing the left hand down. Good. Now we're just going to take a couple of shoulder shrugs. So inhale, rolling the shoulders up and gently rolling them back down. Inhaling and exhaling. Excellent. Just taking a moment here to take a nice deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Great. So now we're going to begin to bring our knees on up, and we're going to send our feet off to the side. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So let's come into tabletop here, taking a moment to find our alignment, setting our knees under our hips, finding some engagement in the belly so that we have a nice supported spine. Fingers are down to our mat, spread nice and wide. Spine is long, taking your gaze to your mat. Let's begin to soften the belly down on the inhalation. Gentle bend in the elbows as the heart moves forward on that inhale. And let's exhale, round it out, tucking your chin, lifting the navel. Inhaling. Gentle release back. Inhaling up. Gently exhaling up. Let's follow through for 2 more rounds. Great, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. And now finding a little more space between the knees, bringing the big toes together behind you. And let's just begin to drop those hips back toward our heels. Take a moment to really allow for the hips to settle, maybe a little movement from side to side. And then let's slowly begin to draw those hands, one palm print at a time forward. So extending through the arms as you begin to soften through the hips, soften through the belly, extending long through the spine and working your way down so that the chin maybe meets the mat. So working down, 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 relaxing your chest. And then slowly tucking your chin and allowing for your forehead to rest on the mat. So we're going to take several breaths here. I want to encourage large breaths. Some breaths that can expand the entire rib cage, the abdomen, the sides of your body, and your back body. Really beginning to feel yourself grounding as the center of your forehead rests on the earth. Relax it out. One more breath. And now we'll slowly begin to lift the upper body part of the way. And we're going to slowly begin to bring those hands on over to the left side body. So extending the left arm and then slowly allowing for that right hand to meet up over top of the left. And if you're not able to reach, that's completely fine. Just keeping the hands slightly apart. Taking a nice deep breath, shifting the hips just a bit over to the right and slowly relax it down. Take 2 cycles of breath here, nice deep breathing. And we're going to begin to transition to the other side as we lift. And slowly, one palm print at a time, moving back into the center of our mats. And then continuing to make your way on over to the right side of your mat. So extending on out, sending your hips a bit to the left side, reaching the left hand up over the right, taking a nice deep breath. And as we exhale, slowly releasing down and just really start to feel a nice release through the side body. 2 big breaths here. And you can let it out through the mouth if it feels good. Excellent. We're going to slowly lift. And we're going to slowly walk ourselves back onto the center of our mat. So extending here, we're going to slowly begin to rise. So lifting back up and beginning to draw those knees back underneath your hips. Let's settle the wrists back square under our shoulders. And at this point, we'll tuck the toes behind us. So we're going to begin to engage through the belly and lift those knees. And we're going to press back into a deep puppy pose here. So modification on a downward facing dog. Let's relax the head and neck and just allow for your belly to rest on those thighs for a moment. Give a little bit of movement into your head, finding ease, really pressing the hands down here. And let's start to pedal back, working through each leg, working your heel down toward the mat, engaging and lifting the belly. Find a nice inverted V for yourself. Hips are sent back and your pelvis is tilted slightly forward. So use your breath. As we begin to find a small and gentle opening in the backs of the legs, strengthening the hands and the arms. We'll just take a few more pedals here from side to side. And then we'll bend both knees again. Sit back into your hips, elongate your spine. Take another deep breath. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Now we're going to start to look in between the hands here. And slowly we're going to step our right foot forward. So let's step that right foot forward. Let's drop the left knee and let's inhale and rise up. So let's come all the way up, framing the ears with the arms. Get a nice long stretch here. Breathe deeply. We're going to slowly then bring that right hand down to your thigh. Let's reach on up, laterally stretching here. Let's take it on over to the side as we lean in to the right side, really finding a nice rooted position through the left knee. Beautiful. We're going to come back into center and let's go ahead and take that right arm and bring it back up. Let's exhale and sweep it forward as we frame the foot. Let's begin to tuck the left toes and lift the left knee. Now let's slide back and find a plank pose. Let's come into a nice tall plank here, keeping your gaze down onto your mat. Nice deep breathing. And we'll slowly begin to drop the knees down. Let's untuck our toes. Let's begin to allow for the chest and chin to come down toward our mat and slowly slide through. So we're coming into a cobra pose here. So hands come beside the chest. Let's draw those elbows back. Take a nice inhale and come on up. And let's slowly exhale down. We'll begin to tuck those toes again, bending at the knees and simply sitting back into that child's pose. So take another 3 breaths here in your child's pose. As we start to make our way back up into that tabletop position, readjusting knees and wrists underneath our shoulders, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, and send yourself back. If it feels okay to lengthen through those legs to find a full downward dog, then you will go ahead and do that. Taking a breath, take your gaze forward. Let's take that left knee in toward the chest and step that left foot forward. Slowly releasing the right one down and untucking your toes. Inhaling and sweeping both arms up. Take a nice full breath here. And then we're going to simply bring the left hand down to that thigh. Inhale, reaching up, laterally shifting over to the left side as we get a nice side stretch, maybe even looking up. We'll inhale, we'll take it all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, let's bring those hands to frame the foot, tuck your right toes. Let's lift to a high lunge and slide back this time to a downward facing dog. So pedal out through your down dog. And settle into your downward facing dog. So from here, let's begin to extend the right leg. So extending our right leg nice and long. So reaching back into that wall back behind you. And then we'll exhale and we'll bring that right foot in between the hands. So find your long lunge, reaching up. We're going to transition now into a warrior 2. So let's begin to extend the left arm, spinning that left heel into the center of the mat. And let's find a warrior two. Taking your gaze to the right side, relax your shoulders. Nice deep breathing. We're going to begin to bring that left hand now back behind us. So maybe some of us can come far enough where we might catch our front thigh. And if not, you'll just keep your hand to the low back. We're going to inhale, straighten the leg and reaching up and back. And exhale back to your warrior two. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, take it down. Final reach back here. And slowly release. Let's release that left arm out. Taking your gaze again over that right middle finger here. We're going to go right into side angle from here. So let's begin to reach down to the inside of the ankle. Reaching up through the left fingertips, circling the chest out forward. Nice deep breathing. And then we're going to slowly begin to lower that left hand, lifting that left heel, framing the foot and stepping back big through downward facing dog. So find your down dog, breathe big in and out. And so here we're going to come into a nice long plank. Let's take a nice long plank here. Optional to go into chaturanga, upward facing dog, or you can drop your knees, untuck the toes, and go modified again with chest chin, lowering the thighs, the hips, the pelvis, gentle lift. Exhale, tucking your toes, and lift back up into your downward dog. Breathe, 3 big breaths. Relax your head and neck. Inhaling now and extend the left leg. Extend it all the way back. Taking a breath as that left knee comes in towards your chest and left foot steps forward. Taking a nice lunge here. Preparing for our warrior two as we extend the right arm. Slowly rotate that right heel down and let's come into the warrior two on the opposite side. So just feeling the strength of this warrior. So sometimes when we're anxious or nervous, we feel out of control. So our warrior allows us to be grounded, feeling strong and confident and connected to the ground through our feet, through the base of the spine. And from here, we're going to slowly begin to bring that right hand around. Maybe some of us will catch that thigh. Maybe others will just have the hand flat to the back. We're going to turn that palm up. Inhale, straightening the leg, reaching back. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale. Release it out. Final one, inhaling. And exhale. Take a moment to release the right arm. Now we're going into that side angle. Inhale, and as we exhale, slowly lowering the left fingers down inside of the left ankle, finding your mat, reaching up, maybe turning your gaze up. Nice deep lunge. One more big breath. Slowly bringing that right hand down and begin to frame your foot as you lift the left heel, right heel, and step it back. Let's step it back and let's find downward facing dog. Nice deep down dog. 3 big breaths. We're going to slowly begin to bend both knees. And let's begin to take our gaze toward our hands as we walk forward. and we bring our feet to the front of the mat. Let's inhale with our fingertips down, or hands can come to thighs, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhale, bent knees or straight knees, just slowly release it down. Shifting your weight slightly forward, finding a lightness in your heels. And then let's begin to open those arms, take the gaze up. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhaling your hands to heart. We're going to flow here for just a moment. Let's inhale all the way up. And let's exhale and find Uttanasana. Inhaling part of the way up. And exhale, folding. Inhale, rising up. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release. Inhaling with a nice flat back. This time we'll place our hands to frame the foot, and let's find downward dog again. So stepping one foot back at a time, coming into downward facing dog. We'll begin once more to lift and extend back the right leg. And we're going to come right into warrior one from here. So let's place that foot forward. So again, our warriors give us this energy of being grounded. So really firm your feet down, bringing us the stability that we need when things seem to be a bit out of control. So let's relax those arms beside our ears. Some of us might even want to take a bend, maybe taking the gaze up. Lengthen through the spine, lifting the heart. We'll begin to inhale and bring those hands back into a neutral position. And then slowly exhale, framing the foot and stepping back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to breathe, to settle back into your downward dog. And we'll begin on the other side by lifting the left leg, extending it back. Inhaling, knee in toward chest, foot comes forward, and adjusting that right foot so the right toes are out and heel comes into the mat, firming down through both feet. Hips are forward. Come into a nice warrior one, soften through your face. Nice deep breathing here. Option to lift the heart, open the arms, take your gaze up. One more deep breath. Inhaling all the way up. Let's exhale and fold forward once more, framing the foot and coming back into downward facing dog. So we'll meet back in our downward dog, taking a couple of steps in and out, alternating the bend of your knees, landing your heels as far back as you're able. Bend in the knee is still okay, drawing the belly up. Find a nice inverted V, relax your head. Let's begin to bring those knees down to the mat. Bring them nice and wide. Big toes come together. Let's set our hips back. And let's begin to extend those arms again. Let's find that child's pose. And again, try to begin to really soften through the belly, through the chest, relaxing the head down, finding your mat. One more nice cycle of breath. And we'll slowly begin to lift from here. Let's bring our hands to the mat. Let's come back onto our knees and simply roll onto either hip. And let's start to bring those legs forward. So in order for us to assist in stress relief and anxiety relief, we work on two parts, feeling rooted and then increasing our level of will, right? So that is our third chakra. So we're going to slowly walk our way down the legs, coming down to a nice relaxed position on the mat. So we're going to begin to bring our knees here in toward our chest. Let's take a moment to just give ourselves a hug, whether your hands come up over the knees or you take your hands and bring them behind your thighs, whichever works. Take a nice deep breath. Some of us might even like a little bit of a rocking here. So see what feels good to your body. Continue to breathe deeply. And so we're going to fire up a little bit of abdominal work here to activate the energy of the third chakra, our seat of our will, which allows us to feel more present in control. So let's find a little bend to the knees now as we keep the knees right up over the hips. Let's bring the hands behind the head, elbows come wide. So we're going to hold here and we're going to begin to extend the left leg, lifting the body and taking that left elbow and bringing it to the right knee. And then we'll come into center and then we'll slowly switch sides. So we're going to just begin to work back and forth, keeping the extended leg elevated here, starting to bring a little bit of warmth into that chakra, the third chakra. So the seat of our will here, we're working. So we're going to work back and forth with our breath. Make sure you continue to breathe. Be careful with your speed and breath. Try to keep everything working together. And you might be feeling a little warmth in the abdominal region here. You're going to take just 2 more to each side. Great. Now bring those elbows wide. Slowly lower the upper body and wrap your hands around those knees. Bring the knees a little wide here. Oh, take a nice deep breath. Good. One more big breath. Let's begin to bring those knees back into center. And from here, let's just relax those arms down the side of the body. Knees come back up over the hips. We're just begin to cycle now through our legs. So let's cycle. Let's really try to engage this lower belly, keeping a nice momentum through the legs as we breathe. Good. Now take a few more cycles. Try to relax your head and neck. And then we're going to come to stillness. So let's come to stillness, knees up over the hips. Take a moment to take a nice deep breath. Maybe toning your hand on the belly to keep that engagement. We're reversing that movement now. So cycling backwards, use your breath, fully extend the leg. As one knee comes in, we're extending the opposing leg. Good. And we're going to go for just a few more here. Last 2. And last one. Good. Bringing both knees into the chest. Bring them wide. Soften your belly. Nice deep belly breathing. Big breath in. Exhale. We'll slowly begin to bring our knees together and we're going to go right into bridge pose from here. So let's place our feet down. Draw those heels in as close as possible to your hips. Your knees are hip distance apart and the arms are coming down the side of your body. So we're going to begin to press into the feet, slowly peeling the pelvis up. So finding a lot of activation in the glutes and the backs and fronts of your thighs. Continue to press through your feet as you slowly elevate the hips. Finding the tops of your shoulders, pressing to a level that allows you to feel comfortable and in control. So take a nice deep breath here. Following your breath for 3 more breaths. Now, ever so slowly, imagine your spine being a string of pearls, one pearl at a time, as you begin to touch down to your mat, slowly releasing one vertebra at a time, allowing for your hips and tailbone to be the last, and just feel how yummy it feels when everything hits down. Take a nice breath. Great. Now we're going to slowly start to bring those knees off to the side and start to find a connection between the bottoms of your feet here. So we're coming into a Baddha Konasana, a reclined Baddha Konasana, so Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll just take a moment here to open up the arms, find a nice bend in the elbows, nice cactus arms. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Feel the breath moving down the body into the tailbone, in and around the legs and down into your feet. Take 3 more cycles of breath. Now we'll slowly begin to bring those knees together. Let's place the feet on the floor, slowly lowering the arms as we draw both knees back into the chest. So let's draw both knees back into the chest. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of ease through that hip joint now and circle those knees just a couple of times. Circle it to the long edge of your mat, bring it in together and circle it out again. Good, one more rotation. And then we'll come back into center and take it around in the opposite direction. Good, for 3 more circles. Take a moment to pause here. We're going to roll up. Now, if rolling up is too stressful for your body, you can certainly roll to the right side, finding a fetal position and slowly making your way back up to a seated position. So while I'm going to roll up, find the top of our mat, adjust yourself so that you can extend both legs while keeping them on the mat. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and find Tandasana. So a nice tall sit, relax your arms. From here, we're going to take a nice sweep up, inhaling, and find a lot of length through the torso, through the spine. As we exhale, we're going to slowly begin to fold forward toward our legs, coming into Paschimottanasana. Relax your hands and arms here. Just see where they feel appropriate to land. Take a nice inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Slowly begin to find this process of surrendering here. So let's surrender down. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. So we'll hold here for just a few more rounds of breath. We'll begin to look forward of your toes here. Nice long spine. Let's extend the arms just a bit longer. Let's get a nice stretch. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, release it down. Excellent. Bending at your knees, slide yourself forward, bringing your feet wide, and let's slowly make our way back down to the mat. So slowly coming down to the mat. Let's get a nice stretch from here. Let's extend those legs, bring them together. Good, let's inhale the arms all the way up. Let's point our toes and really begin to feel the change in our body here, the change in our mental perspective. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to work on a spinal twist from here. So let's bring those arms all the way down. Let's invite now this right knee into the chest. Let's take a nice little squeeze here of the right knee and thigh. And then we'll slowly start to place that foot right here on the left thigh. We'll begin to extend the right arm off to the side. Wrist is out from your elbow, so take a look. Bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee, slowly starting to find a revolve onto your left side body, guiding the knee down. Any amount that feels good. And take a moment to allow for your lower body to settle. And then you'll start to maybe take a rotation of the head as you take your gaze out over that right extended arm. You can continue to gaze to your left side as well if that's more comfortable, or gazing up toward the sky. Any which way, just want to let go here. So take a nice deep breath. Let it go. Slowly we'll start to bring our head back into a neutral position and letting go of the knee, bringing everything back to center. Bringing both knees to your mat, both feet to your mat, and then slowly begin to extend the right leg. Let's draw the left knee into the chest. Give yourself a bit of a hug here. And then we'll encourage this left foot to now come onto that right thigh. Left arm extends. Maybe your gaze turns out to the left side for the moment. Take a breath, reaching that right hand across, and let's just slowly guide the lower body on over. So let's feel a nice, beautiful rotation here. Gentle rotation of the spine, gentle weight of the hand and arm, slowly encouraging for a deeper rotation. But again, we'll only go to where it feels appropriate for our bodies. You can experiment with tucking your toes back behind the knee here. Take a nice deep breath. And you can explore turning your head in either direction, maybe maintaining that left gaze. Nice deep breath. And then we'll slowly begin to rotate our gaze back to neutral. Let's release and come back into center. So finding a bend in both knees, placing both feet down on the earth. And then slowly, one leg at a time, beginning to extend it on out. So it's finding the corners of your mat and adjusting through the spine. Press into your heels, lift your hips, and just allow for the flesh of the back body to come forward. Take a nice inhale, reach those arms all the way up overhead, and then exhale 3/4 of the way down. So extending those arms nice and wide. Palms are up. Relax your feet off to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. So we'll take a few more breaths here as you allow for your body to release. Feel the nourishing effects of the practice. Notice how much more present and grounded you might feel. Checking in with your emotional state. Recognizing the rhythm and smoothness of your breath. And you can stay and pause your video and remain in Shavasana for as long as you feel you would like to stay. I'd like to take the opportunity now to thank everyone for joining me in this practice. I hope that you feel a bit more grounded and that your stress level has been eased. And I look forward to our next practice together. For now, namaste.